Okay. Yesterday, what we did is, which one we had did?
Hello.
Hello. Come on, can you please go on mute? We went into this word count or Java here. Let me do a quick wrap of what has been done yesterday, and then we'll take it from there. Okay. So word count is called as the driver code class, which implements configured, sorry, which extends configured and which implements this tool. Okay. So one thing is, since it is going to implement the tool interface, one thing that it has to do is that it should implement that run method. It should implement that run method, which should override that run method, which is a method of your tool interface. Okay. So within this tool interface, what we are doing here, I started specifying what is it. I started specifying like this. What is that one is, if the number of arguments is going to be less than 2, you need to exit specifying -1, which is treated as an error, and then you need to print this one as please give the proper file and the directory arguments. Okay. Then what is that one here? I told you the mapper, the reducer, okay, the file input stream along with the directory output, what you're having, these are all totally distinct pieces. Okay. There should be some class which you should be able to link all these things and then provide the context how to run this particular Java program. Okay. That class is treated as the configured class. That class is treated as the configured class, and in this configured class, what you're going to have is you need to create that configured class and then pass the driver code class as an object of this object installation. The class itself as a parameter to this object instantiation we are doing here. This is the first thing that we did. And second thing is that in the file input format, I'm trying to set these input paths. Okay. And within this one, I'm specifying this one as a new path of args of 0. New path of arg of 0. In the file output format, I'm setting that output path, and within that one also, I'm specifying new path of args of 1. I'm specifying here. Arg of 0 is nothing but your file, and arg of 1 is nothing but your output directory. So those two things has been passed. Once those two things has been passed, then what I did, I need to configure your mapper class. So for the purpose of configuring your mapper class, configuration.set mapper class of word mapper.class has been specified. Similarly, word reducer.class also has been specified here. Word reducer class that also has been specified here. What is it? Why this is treated as a reducer here? Reducer class to class.
I think the mapper and reducer class are missing in the word mapper.java and word reducer.
Okay, whatever it is. Yeah. So case argument, what reduce class extend reducer. I think this is already extending reducer right here.
Yeah, but there's nothing defined in that Java file, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. That is the reason it is showing, but it is not a source output basically. Let us go ahead. And then what I did here, I'm defining the map output key class as well as the map output value class, and I'm also defining this reducer output key class as well as reducer output value class, and then I am passing this configuration as the parameter to this client, so that this client is going to submit this entire information to your job tracker. Okay, so this configuration, what you're having here, is going to contain the mapper information, the reducer information, the mapper output, as well as the reducer output, as well as the file stream input, as well as the file stream output, along with your the whole driver code class itself is being passed here in this case. Okay. Now, Divya, I have a question. Why this mapper input and reducer input are not specified here? Why this mapper input and reducer input are not specified here? Can you please let me?
Those are not under our control. They have to be given by reader, and then reducer input is given by shuffle and sort.
Reducer input is given by shuffle and sort. That is the reason, since we don't have any control, there is no need for us to specify those options in this particular place, basically. Okay, that is done. Once that is done, what we need to define here? What more method that we need to define here in this one? Because whenever your job count, whenever your mapper, sorry, whenever your jar file is going to be executed, I need to pass the driver code in the command line, and the driver code is going to take, one method. What is that method here? That method is nothing but your main method that we need to define, right? That method is nothing but your main method that we need to define. So here, what we are going to do is come down here. Public static void main of agent.
This is Murli.
Hey Murli, good evening. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good, sir. Thank you. ARGS, make the type specified. Okay. Public statement string ARGS of has been specified, and after this one, what it is that let me specify that it also throws this exception. Exception, so you specify this one, and also specify this one. You also specify this one. Okay. Once this is being specified, what you do is
Ravi, I think there's a main method already defined about.
Yep.
That's why it's just giving.
Let me take on this one. Go here. Thanks. So here, the first thing what I'll be doing is I'll try to define an object for this tool interface. Tool, and here I'll define this tool here equal to, okay, new word counter. I'm trying to define this object here. Define the object for that class. Word counter I'm defining this tool to this is defined. Once it is defined, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to define int e is equal to, this is the integer. What I'm doing is tool runner, let me do it. Tool runner dot, okay, runoff, okay. One thing what it is that I'll tool comma tool runner of tool comma ARGS I'll specify. Okay, and then what it is, I specify this one as system dot exit of E. But exit of E. This is the thing that I'm going to define in this case. So first thing you see here, I'm going to instantiate this object. Okay, and what I'm doing here, I'm trying to assign the object to a superclass. What is that superclass here? This tool is a superclass here, right, Murli? Murli or Divya? I think you two guys know Java, and even Shashank knows C++, right? C#. In this one, what happens is that a subclass object, can be assigned to the superclass object, okay, or else it can also be assigned to that tool. It can be assigned to that interface reference also as well. Is not this is an interface reference, Divya?
Yeah, Ravi. It's an interface.
It is an interface reference. Okay, so an interface reference can have the option of holding an object reference for the class which is implementing that interface. That's why tool is equal to new word count of very specific. Okay, and in this one, what I'm doing is I'm defining this word count here. Now, one thing what I'm doing is that I'm trying to use this tool runner. What is the tool runner here? Tool runner is nothing but an object. Tool runner is nothing but a class, and within this class you are having this run method that is there. Okay, this run method. For this run method, what I'm doing here, I'm passing this tool. And what is this tool here? This tool is nothing but this object I'm passing, and then ARGS. What are those ARGS? Those ARGS is nothing but your file name along with your what is the other one?
Output directory.
And input and output directly being passed here. Now my question to you is that is this method what you are having here calls this method? When I'm calling this run, is this going to call this method? Please observe carefully and tell me.
No.
No.
Well, why it is not? Why that run method and this method are different? Tell me.
Because of the input arguments, you have passed tool reference, and here we just have the argument.
And also
Tell me, Shashank.
And also the run method in the specified in the main method is must be a private method in tool runner class.
Actually, the thing what is happening here is two things here. First thing is this run method what we have implemented is a method of your tool interface, right? A method of your tool interface. Whereas this method what you are having here is a method of your tool runner class. Okay, but you may be wondering how this run is going to run, right? When this run method is going to be called. Why? Because in the main method I'm calling this run method, which is a method of this tool runner class or interface. Okay, but here what I'm doing is that I'm defining one more run method, which is a runtime polymorphism of this tool interface. Okay, but behind the scenes, what is going to happen? I'll tell you. Is this clear? I hope all of you have understood that the run method, which is a method of your tool runner, and the run method of your tool interface, both are different. Is that clear, Divya?
Yes, Ravi.
Okay. Yeah, Murli and Kamran, I hope those things are clear to you, right?
Yes.
Okay. But let me tell you what is happening behind the scenes. generally what is happening is, let me write this one. This is only for your understanding. Please note down this one. It won't be there in any of the things. Tool runner is a class. Okay. Public class. Okay. I have this class. The class name is tool runner. Within this one, what I'm doing is tool run is having this run method, right? What is the run method? That run method is nothing but your public static run of. What you're going to do is that you're going to have this tool, and then this tool comma. Okay, and then I have the string args of undefined. Okay, and here what I'm doing is that I'm going to throw this exception. Okay, within this one, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw this exception. Within this one, what I'm doing is I'm trying to return doesn't matter. Return, what I do is that I specify this one as tool dot, okay, run of args of. Okay, with this one, this class is done. This class is done. Okay, now I have this interface, right? What is that interface here? Public run, say, public interface tool, and within this tool, what I'm having is I have this method. What is that method here? Public int run of string args of exception. This is something that exists in this case. Something that exists. Now, is this thing that is clear here? Main method is calling this run method of the tool runner class. Main method is calling the run method of the tool interface class, tool runner class. Okay, but the run method of the tool runner class is internally going to call the run method of your tool interface. Murli, is it clear to you what is happening here? Murli?
Ravi, I think I need to. I joined late, right? So I will have to look at the video or more.
So let me put it like this. Let me tell you the sequence flow here. So that's why the first thing is that I'm going to call this main method, right? Who is going to execute this method here? The JVM. The JVM, what you're having here is going to call this main method. JVM is going to call this main method. Okay. Once the JVM is going to call this main method, what this main method is going to do? The main method is going to call which interface? Which method? It is going to call this tool runner run method. It is going to call here. Tool runner run method is going to call here. Okay. Now, what this tool runner run is going to do here? It is going to internally call. Sorry. It is going to internally call tool interface run method is going to call. Tool run interface run method. But what is something that is not shown to you explicitly here? This is being shown here. Okay. But how this tool runner is going to call this runner is not immediately shown to you. This is happening behind the scenes. This is happening behind the scenes.
Okay, so we don't need to write tool runner and tool classes and run methods, right? So those are already there.
Yeah, those are already there. In the built-in library, it is there.
Okay, it is clear. Yeah.
Shashank, is it clear to you?
Yes, Ravi. Yeah.
So this is something which is happening in the scenes, and this is what is your word count program. This is what is your word count program. This is what is your word count program. So it has three classes. Those three classes are nothing but your driver mapper class. You have your reducer class. You have your driver code class, and the driver code class is going to refer. The driver code class is going to refer. What are the things here? The driver code class is going to refer this mapper, the reducer, file input, file output directory, mapper input, as well as mapper output and reducer output with the help of your configuration class, and it is going to submit your job to the job tracker with the help of this job client dot what is that one here? Job client dot run job of it is going to submit. Job client dot run job it is going to submit here. Okay, so this is going to be instantiated with the help of your run method here. So there are three ways of coding these particular jobs in Java. There are three ways of coding these particular jobs. The first way to code this particular job is you can have three different Java files that can be coded in three different programs. Otherwise, if you have observed this MR assignments in the LMS, okay, within this one you have the source, and within this one what you have is that you have this word count.java. If you start opening this one, you can see here you have your word count, which is extending your mapper, okay, and this is going to, I told you, right? Map it is going to use, and it is going to use this tokenizer for the purpose of splitting those particular strings. Okay, then you have your reducer, which is going to extend your reducer here, and then it is going to create this particular reduce method. It is going to write here. Both are defined in the same file itself. Okay, then you are going to have this particular void main, and within this void main, I am going to create this configuration, which is nothing but your job configuration object, and within this one, we are going to have your mapper class, reducer class, set jar by class. Everything is going to be which is going to be set here, and along with this one, we are going to specify this mapper input as well as reducer output classes we are going to define. Once they are defining, we are going to specify this path arguments, file input and file output format we are going to define, and this is how this is going to happen here. Okay, these guys has done this one in a bit different way, but more or less this is the same code that has been written in order to implement this map reduce programs here. Okay, now one thing what we need to do is that once we have written this particular program, okay, the first thing that we need to do is that we need to convert all these Java file into the jar files. All these Java files into the jar file. Divya, do you have any understanding how to convert this Java file into the jar file?
Yeah, I think we can normally export the files to convert them, or you can use the command line.
Let me do one thing. Yes. This time what I'm doing is, see here, open this Eclipse. This time what I do is that I don't use this workspace, but I start using this desktop workspace. Desktop workspace here. Please note down the steps. These steps are going to be very, very important. How to convert your Java project into the jar file. How to convert this Java project into the jar file. Okay. Here, what I'm going to do is select this map reduce, right click. Here you are going to have this particular export. Okay. Within this export, what you're having here is you have this Java. Within this Java, you're having this jar file. And Murli, did you ever do this one in the past, or this is the first time you're doing it?
Yeah, for first time, Ravi.
Yeah, this is the jar file that I want to use. Okay, select this jar file and then click on this next button. I need to specify the destination where this jar file has to be imported. Go to this browse. I would like to initially specify this one in the desktop. I would like to specify this one in the desktop. In the desktop, what it is, I specify this one as emwc.jar. For namesake, I'm specifying emwc.jar. emcwd.jar, and then save in this folder desktop, and then you click on OK. Okay, once you click on this next button, okay, what you will have is that you need to click on right click Control F, right click Control F. Okay, then what happens is that you can have the option of enlarging the screen like this. Guys, did you observe how the screen is getting enlarged here? Guys, did you understand how I am trying to maximize the screen in the virtual machine?
Yeah, Ravi.
Maximizing the screen in the virtual machine is being done with the help of right control button, not the left control button. Right control button, F. Okay. Once we do this one, then what you do is that you click on this next button. When you click on this next button, it will be asking you to expand this one here. When you expand this one, it will be asking you to specify the main class. What main class we need to specify? We have three classes. One is word count is there. Of course, in this one, what is happening is you have
Main method in the same file.
Main method in the same file. So in such a case, I can go to this place and then start defining word count itself. Select this word count and then click on OK. Okay. Once you go ahead and then click on OK, it is going to submit. Okay. Word count.java, and then what you do is that you click on this particular finish. Jar export finished with warnings. See details for it. It is only the compile time warnings. Compile warnings are not the showstoppers. So that what you can do is that you can go ahead and then publish that particular file, and that file is nothing but your ewc.jar that has been developed. Sorry, emwc.jar has been created here. Okay, this is the file that I'm having here. This is the file. This is your big file, right, guys? This is your big file. Shashank, is it big or not? Shashank, is it big or not?
No idea, Ravi. Looking at this for the first time.
No. Yesterday and day before yesterday, we were talking about hi, how are you? How is your life and how is your family? Those
you mean the file input, right?
Yeah, the file input. So this is your file input that you are having here. Now,
yeah.
Where is your word count problem? Where is your input file and where is your the jar file? The program jar file is on the local file system, and then this one is also there in the local file system. But one thing, what we need to do, can we keep both the local file system? Can we keep the jar file and the input file on the local file system, or else we need to move that one? Please tell me.
The file input must be in the virtual file system.
Yeah, it should be in HDFS, right? It should be in HDFS.
HDFS, yes.
So for the purpose of moving that one into HDFS, what we need to do? We need to open this terminal, right, Divya? We need to open this terminal. Okay, I have already shifted that file onto that HDFS. So how can I do here? I can specify Hadoop FS and select. Do you have this one or not here, please? Hello?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, Murli, Kabran, you guys are following.
Yes.
Yes, yeah.
We have this file here. Now I want to execute here. Do I need to transfer my program also into HDFS or not required? My question is, do I need to transfer my program into HDFS or else it is not required?
I think you transfer to the HDFS server.
Job tracker is responsible for transferring your job onto the HDFS, but you are not the person who will be transporting. Okay. In such a case, what I do is, let me go to the place where my Java jar file is there. Right now, where I am here, I can specify the present working directory as /home/edreka. But where is my jar file? The jar file is on the desktop, right? So let me move on to the desktop. That is CD desktop. Shank, you understand why I'm doing this one?
Yes, Ravi. Yep.
The reason is the jar file is present over there, and this is the place where you can have the option of giving this run command for the purpose of execution. Can anybody tell me what should I do here? I need to specify something called as Hadoop jar. Hadoop jar. I need to specify the file name. What is the file name here?
emwc.jar.
Ravi, that command is going to be wrong. You Hadoop.
Yeah, 1 minute.
Typo error.
Jar. wc.jar. Okay. Now, once it is specified, what more I need to do? I need to specify the driver code file. What is the driver code file? The driver code class is nothing but your word count, right? The word count is nothing but your word count. Okay. And what is your input file? What is your input file?
It says word count, right?
The input file is nothing but your word count problem, right?
Yeah.
That is the word count problem. Okay, and let me try to specify the output directory as eout1 is there. I specify this one as eout1. eout1 and specify.
It's double E, a single E.
Hadoop -jar. Huh?
And your output directory name is single E, not double E.
No. The output directory has to be new one only. It should not be the old one.
Okay.
It says input path does not exist. That word count, I think.
Word count problem.
The /home/
Look for under edureka underscore.
Edureka slash.
I think before the word count, just write $home/word count.
Not required. It is word count slash user slash iterator, right? Slash user slash iterator slash.
Ravi, I think in the previous command it's for the word count file, not the word count problem.
Oh yeah, this is your input.
So the driver code probably.
The driver code file.
What is this?
Some
Word count only. Invalid input exception. Input file does not exist. Slash user
Before the word count, you need to specify the path as well.
not required this. Anyway, 1 minute. Slash home slash iterator slash desktop, right? Slash. I think we have this one already existing. Again, it is telling me, is it not existing here? Word count. Word count. MCGR, right? Then I think that should not be the place where you need to specify the word count is.
Yeah, I think you should put in the location of the word count. It's under LMS.
Word count is this one only. Slash home.
And one thing also, like when you create the jar file, you didn't select the runnable jar file, I believe so. That option.
If I don't use this EMWC, what is the other one that I'm having here? PWC.jar file, at least that should work, right? PWC.jar. One minute, let it reboot. Okay, so let me do one thing, guys.
Ravi, meanwhile, I have a question. How do I connect to the internet on the virtual machine?
You have that Mozilla Firefox, right? Mozilla Firefox.
Yeah, I do have that. Like when I open that, it says it shows like you're not connected to the internet.
No, no, no. I'll show you 1 minute. So the Hadoop Java. So let me go to the desktop here. If it is not working, maybe I need to show it to you tomorrow.
There is a node history is not running. Eh? One is
Load manager is running, data node is running, resource manager is running, JPS is running. Desktop, okay. Let me something like ewc.jar, okay. The word count, is the name of the file, and then I need to specify word count problem, and again I specify my output. Sorry, my God. CD desktop Hadoop jar. AWS dot jar word count. What is happening? Guys, 1 minute, hold on. Huh? Let me do one thing. Control.
Saying Ravi, the error is security user group information. Privilege is not privileged action, something like that. If you look in the log, error is saying that. Security user group information, privilege action
Here it says that
exception.
input part does not exist. Word count.
It basically checks for the word count driver file in that location. User/educator.
Here itself it should say. Guys, I think we need to do it tomorrow if that is the case, because sometimes it is showing a security problem and sometimes it is showing all the nodes are not running. Okay.
And there is a port is also 50070. This is showing 8020. I don't know. That's it's last time he shows is 5000.
Before I had done a trail run to make sure that whether it's running or not. Okay. See, if you especially this one as gmail.com, it should work basically. You're saying here, right, Shashank? This is working?
Yeah, yes, Ravi. You know, for you, it's connected to the internet. For me, it doesn't. You know, the icon above that browser where it says network, right, to the right side top. That says no connection there.
No problem. So let me open this file system, and within this file system, I go to this user. Within this user, I go to this Edreka, and within this Edreka, I have this yacht one which has been created today only, that is 325. When I open this one, this is your file, which it shows me the list of all the things. So saying here, right, Divya, this is the file that I have executed. Where is this? But maybe I'll show you the output tomorrow once again to make sure that you know you also start executing that particular program also. But you also try it from your side on your node, on your virtual node, and then let me know this is working or not. Otherwise, we'll take it tomorrow. Okay. Murali, is it clear to you the whole MapReduce program?
Yeah, Ravi.
Yeah. Did you start working on that one, or you need to start once again?
I need to start. I haven't started yet.
Okay. Sure. Tomorrow we'll run this job once again to make sure that the data is working fine. And once it is working fine, then what we do is we will start with the MapReduce 2. That is YARN programming also will start tomorrow. Okay. Any questions?
So can you please upload today's session? Like
Today's session uploading has to be done by
tomorrow.
Has to be done by Raidu. Okay, but I'll ask him tomorrow. Okay, I'll ask him.
So, Ravi, before that, could you just show me that network settings for the Oracle VM?
Network settings.
Yeah, I mean the internet. Yeah, I mean the internet, the Oracle VM. So my VM is not connected to the internet for some reason, and I'm not able to import those Hadoop jar files from the Gmail.
Okay.
Outside VM, you are able to connect the internet?
Yes.